Okay, 7-6 multiplying polynomials and monomials. We've done some multiplying monomials, so we know they're going to be exponent additions, and then also we've done some addition of polynomials, and so there's going to be a little combination of both. So first example, if I take negative 3x squared, and I'm going to multiply it by 7x squared minus x plus 4. Okay, inside our parentheses we have a trinomial, so we have 3 terms. Outside we have a monomial. And so this should look very familiar. We've got something on the outside that needs to be multiplied by something on the inside. So this is just distributive property. I'm going to take that negative 3x squared and I'm going to multiply it by each term of my polynomial. So let's just take the numbers. Negative 3 times 7 is going to be negative 21. X squared times x squared is going to be x to the 4th. Now, what's the number in front of the negative x? That's a negative 1. So negative 3 times negative 1 is going to be positive 3. X squared times x is going to be x to the 3rd. And then finally I have negative 3 times positive 4, which is negative 12. And because the 4 doesn't have an exponent on it at all, we just take the one that's connected to the negative 3x squared. So negative 21x to the 4th plus 3x to the 3rd minus 12x squared. Now, very important that we get the order correct in these. We always want, in alphabetical order, the letters. In this case, it's just x's, but we want the one that has the highest degree on it first, which the first one is x to the 4th degree. Second is x to the 3rd, y is x squared. If there was another one, it just would have been single x and then our number, but we'll get into some of that in a couple more problems here in a moment. Now, here's a problem where we're going to do some multiplication, and then in the end, we're also going to do some addition or subtraction. So I've got parentheses, so I've got please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Let's do those first. I'm going to take 2p times negative 4p squared. So 2 times negative 4 gives me negative 8. And then p times p squared gives me p to the 3rd. And then 2 times 5 is going to give me a positive 10. Again, we need to make sure we put the sign there. Don't just put 10. It is a positive 10, so we need to separate that. And then p times p is p squared. Now over here, we've got negative 5 times positive 2, so that's going to be negative 10. And then it's just p squared because there is no p connected to the negative 5. And then negative 5 times positive 20 is negative 100. Now here's where we go one step further. We see that there are 2 terms here that have p squared connected to them. So now we can combine like terms. What is a positive 10p squared minus 10p squared? Okay, 10p squared minus 10p squared is going to cancel. And that will just leave me negative 8p to the 3rd minus 100. Again, I put the negative 8p to the 3rd in front because it does have an exponent on it, and that's the order that I want. Okay, the third and final problem is going to be an actual equation problem where we're going to end up solving for x. Notice this is an equation because it's got something on both sides of the parentheses that are equal to each other. So we're going to end up with x equals something. So let's go ahead and do our parentheses first. So we're going to take x times x, which is x squared, and then x times 3, which is 3x. Then over here we have negative x times x, which is going to be negative x squared. And then we have negative x times negative 4, which is going to give me a positive 4x. And over here we don't have any parentheses, we just have the 9x minus 16. Okay, so let's combine like terms. I see that we have an x squared minus an x squared, that's going to cancel. 3x plus 4x. Okay, and someone at the door. Let's finish this problem up. Let's combine like terms. We've got 3x plus 4x, that's going to give me 7x. And then on the other side I have my 9x minus 16. So here's what I want to do to keep everything positive. I always like to take the smaller to the bigger. So I'm going to subtract 7x. That gives me 0 on this side. And then I've got 2x minus 16. I want to add 16 to the other side. Oh, I want to do that. There we go. So now I have 2x equals 16. Divide both sides by 2. And drum roll, please. X equals 8. And that's how we do it, folks. All right. We will see you in class in the morning.